Hello, fire signs. Welcome to Power 3 in 2026. It is New Year's Day. And this is your general monthly reading with your other elements, right? All the elements of fire. So if you're a Sagittarius, if you're a Leo or Aries, hopefully there'll be a message here for you. You saw the title, The Frigid New Year reading. It's not just about the weather being frigid, which it is where I am. Sorry, I hear flying around here. It is like that here. Um, but it might not be like that outside where you're at, but it might be like that in your heart. It might be like that in your relationship, in your world right now. Maybe you don't feel that way, but maybe others are freezing you out or something like that. It's about feeling frozen, stuck, right? Something's frozen, you can't move. Feeling frozen out of decisions, perhaps. Maybe feeling that things are so frigid, you must make a executive decision. Okay. Um, we are using also as a little extra bonus here. It's why you're getting from the divine masculine because we all have that in us, the yin and the yang. Okay. So for some of you, you have to make an executive decision for yourself, and for others of you, it's for the whole family. Um, the yin and the yang together make the decision, but the masculine is usually in the lead, right? So, fire signs, unto you it is given to know the mystery of the kingdom of God. It's funny because it kind of matches, doesn't? There's no snow in the background here, but the rest of the coloration matches. Very blue, very well. It speaks of a mystery. For when something is mysterious, you don't know what to do. You don't know what to think. Now, again, it's going to be different for everybody. We're using pretty much all animal energy here this month because animals have to adapt to extreme heat, extreme cold, and they have to know when to, you know, make preparations for themselves, whether that's, a warm nest or hibernating or getting out of Dodge altogether, like we used to, right? This is the animal spirit oracle for the overall energy. So let's see what comes out for Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. January 2026. What is their overall energy? What could the mystery possibly be about? What'd you get? What'd you get? Ooh, butterfly spirit transformation is beautiful. Um, the mystery of transformation, perhaps, maybe somebody has changed dramatically and has basically frozen you out of their life. They've transformed into something that you don't recognize anymore. And it's a mystery. It's a mystery of how and why that would or could happen. Now, how much it affects you, I don't know. Maybe it's just something that you can't wrap your head around, but you're okay. It might not be somebody that's extremely close to you. It's general, so take it how it might apply. For others of you, it might be somebody that's extremely close to you that has transformed into somebody you don't recognize. This is the animal spirit tarot. So let's see what's supporting it. So this transformation for the fire signs. Hummingbird. Now, hummingbirds, you don't see them very often. They're so tiny and they're so fast. The seen one is almost a miracle, in my opinion. You kind of have to be at the right place at the right time, I guess. Um, but this transformation is beautiful, and so is this hummingbird. And maybe the person that's is transforming, it's not bad. It's good. It's just a mystery on the hows and the whys. Let's see what comes out of the divine masculine for advice here. Fire signs. Give us some advice. However many words you may speak, what good will they do you if you do not walk the talk? Exactly. So that's where the transformation is taking place, is somebody actually following through with their words, somebody making good on promises. For some of you, that's what it is. Some of you may deal with somebody that has all the right things to say, but they never follow through. They never they never show up for you when you need them. And somebody maybe has been like that and knows that they pushed it too far, and maybe they have transformed in a good way. But with the frigidness and the coldness, maybe that is coming to an end. Maybe that's what you've been dealing with. Maybe you've had to freeze them out in order to make a point. This is the forest tarot we're using for the main spread for fire signs. Let's see what comes out. For Aries, Leo, Sagittarius is highest good. It's poking right out there. What do we got? Six of Swords. This is my peace of mind card. So you turn them around, but just this, like, see ya. This is, getting out of turbulent thoughts. Okay. Whether it's just the thoughts themselves or the situation that brings thoughts to a turbulent point, like panicking in the middle of when you're out too far in the ocean or the lake and it gets rough and you got to get back to shore. And you can only get back, it's actually slower because maybe you don't have a powerful boat. Maybe you can't push through those waves so good. So you start panicking. And then when you finally get to the point where if you fell in, you could swim back or whatever, you get that, I feel, my mind is at ease now. And that could very well be, like I said, this might not be bad at all. It might be somebody transforming and the mystery of it. You just might be flabbergasted that somebody that you've known for a long time has really, really stepped it up to try to be somebody that, you or everybody can actually rely on. Keep their word, follow through with their promises. Queen of Swords. Now, fire signs, that's who might be who I could see that. I could see if you're dealing with an Aquarius, a Gemini, or a Libra, they probably would give you an ultimatum eventually because they're not going to tolerate that, right? So, if this is who it is you're dealing with, or this is who you perhaps are the one that is transforming to, because this is your person, and so again, take it how it applies. I'm not putting it on you guys, fire signs. It could be again who you're dealing with. I don't know. I myself am an Aquarius, so I am the opposite of that. Like if I tell somebody I will do something, I will either, if I have to cancel, it will be for a very good reason. Other than that, I will knock myself out to keep my word. Um, or I won't offer it at all. I keep quiet if I know I can't follow through. So that's why I'm just wondering if, it's not, it's all kind of on not so much who we are, but maybe how we're raised too. Like some of us, it's who we are, but it's how we're raised too, to be, it's part of being an honest person. So however that applies. So if you told somebody you would do something, you would be there, you would take care of it, whatever. And then some people, it's not a big deal if it gets put off. It's not a big deal if they said it, but they, you know, kind of change their mind later and they just don't. Some people just don't worry about those details, and other people overboard worry about it, like an Aquarius would. So again, twist this around the way it works for you, right? Because you're right. They're saying those dishes still will be there, and that's not the point, and they'll get done. And that could be one person's attitude, say, as an example, right? But the Aquarius person would be saying, yes, but you said they would be done already. You know what I mean? And it just, that can cause, they're not big problems, but over time, right? The moon. It's those things that you can't really know about somebody until you live with them, perhaps, or, you just get to know them. I don't know. That's the whole point of the moon. You don't know, right? The moon is secretive. The moon is the things that we don't know what's behind that moon. Look at this, Queen of Wands. For some of you, it could be a same-sex relationship, which I just picked up on now because this is you. You got the Queen of Swords. People prioritize things in different ways, which is fine for each individual. But you put those two people together, it can cause problems. Two of Swords behind that, not able to make a decision, right? We'll see what else comes out. But I'm starting to really pick up on a same-sex relationship here. Um, Black Cat Tarot is what we're using to clarify. So let's see what comes out. That was quick. Three of Wands. Under the Six of Swords, the peace of mind. You know, getting past this, worrying about how you're going to handle it. Are you going to continue on? Because, how much are you going to let this bother you? The Three of Wands is waiting for, well, they usually say your ships to come in, but what is that? It is waiting, I think, for maybe one of them, somebody to make a decision on what they're going to do. Um, you're going to continue on and get past this issue and just let things transform the way they're meant to. Because I really don't pick up a bad energy here on the top. So it's just working through this, really. See, see what comes out under this Queen of Swords. Ooh, the devil. So what it is, and I was thinking it, but I didn't want to say, but it's not bad. It's just the devil's here under the Queen of Swords because you guys are together because of the devil reasons. Like you're attracted to them, and it's all all the things. And then when something comes along that puts pressure on that devil energy, you know, the, then the good times aren't, okay, now we got something. Everything's been just great because they're just like sometimes we get caught up in just somebody's just so, I don't know how to word this, like, and I think you probably know what I mean. Um, It's that honeymoon stage, I guess, is the best way to describe it. Where you're just so caught up in your feelings and how wonderful they are and this and that, and then something eventually, yeah, it's gonna happen, right? You're gonna see that side of them and no, it's not a big deal. But where the dishes are concerned, but what if this person, see, this is the Six of Swords and Three of Wands energy. Deciding, like, what if this person doesn't change and they don't follow through on their word into something way more important than dishes, right? These are the things that one thinks of. So this Queen of Swords is very alluring, very beautiful, very sexy, very all the things, right? Um, but are those things enough to override things like somebody not always following through? Or maybe this Queen of Swords is judging that about you. Let's see what we got here. The Queen of Pentacles. Or is this the King? I think this is the King of Pentacles. The King or the Queen? It's hard to tell on this deck. I'm going to call it the King of Pentacles under the moon. I think that this King of Pentacles, he's got his head down. He's very regretful. Things did not work out so good. I don't think for the King. He's got money, but I don't think he's as good with it as one would think a King of Pentacles would be. He's under the moon. And I think that this King of Pentacles is somebody that was in Queen of either the Queen of Swords past or your past. And there's a similar energy here of somebody not following through and things not working out so good. And that's what's under the moon because that, is how it turned out in the past. And maybe that's why you're in the same sex because maybe it was, it just turned you off the opposite sex, right? So, um, and I just heard you just never know. So that phrase could be significant to somebody. Let's extra clear or not extra clarify your advice. We're using the Owl Tarot for the advice. Fire sign. Hey, that's a whole lot about a Queen of Swords. Advice on the butterfly spirit with the hummingbird. You see, that's all air energy as well, right? But they want me to read this again to you. However many words you may speak, what good will they do you if you do not walk off? So, um, another scenario just came through where with that in mind, somebody could have really hyped themselves up and, said a lot of things that maybe now you're slowly the information is leaking through that that's not true. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's like trying to make yourself seem more appealing. You might have went, it's like exaggerating stuff that you did to make yourself sound more appealing, or this other person did it, right? Take it out, it might apply. Three of Wands under the Six of Swords, Five of Cups, sadness and regret. And with the Six of Swords, I feel like, um, maybe for some of you, part of you Or you haven't, but you're maybe regretful that you got lured in by Queen of Swords. It's just kind of veining off out of the middle here somehow. Devil under the Queen of Swords. I think there's out of lynch it here. Eight of Pentacles. You could have worked with this person, right? So you might have heard a lot of glorified things, um, or felt that way because you were always in a work environment, and then once it got personal, and you started finding out other things, or they found out things about you that they thought were different, and now maybe they're. So again, take it how it applies, if at all. King of Pentacles under the moon. Miracle. See, it was a past marriage. So it would have been, if you were married, if the Queen of Swords was married to this King of Pentacles, or you, if the fire signs were married to a King of Pentacles in the past, then it was a significant, right? It wasn't just a fleeting thing. Your whole life might have went into ruins. So, you might have just been kind of turned off. Ace of Swords, spot of the truth. This King of Pentacles might not have been very truthful about what was going on until it was too late. It's just definitely about the mystery of transforming, whether it transformed in a good way. For some of you, that may be true. For others of you, I'm starting to see that, with the moon here and your experiences in the past and the things that are coming out now. And like I say, they're subtle, not a big deal. Dishes aren't a big deal, but if you apply that same scenario to something that is an important situation and you can't rely on somebody, the Six of Swords and the Three of Wands and the Five of Cups is making me feel like, some of you are feeling like you need to make a decision sooner than later, because there's no point in you've learned in the past not to stay with somebody for superficial reasons like looks or money, or this person's going somewhere, so I'm going to stick with them because they're going to make it big, and they didn't. um so again, this is kind of complex, getting deep into people's feelings and whatnot, but you'll know if this is touching your life at all and resonating with whatever is going on with you internally and externally. Excuse me. Okay, we are closing out with the Archangel Animal Oracle. So let's see what advice comes out for fire signs here. 'Cause you're not really being told what to do here, per se. Readings don't really do that, but sometimes they do guide you towards really what you should do for your highest good. But again, it's up to you. But I think you just have to do whatever's decision's gonna make you be in the Six of Swords, or you're gonna have peace of mind. That's what we all want, right? Closing advice for Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, January 2026. Oh, see, there's a lot of air here. You got Eagle. Seize opportunities courageously. So, with this eagle soaring, you've got the butterfly, the hummingbird, the Six of Swords. That's really what's sticking out here to me. It's about, and this air energy. Um, again, pulling back on the air energy being maybe hard on you, okay, because of their past. So take it how it applies, but um, eagles are free. Hummingbirds are free, butterflies are free, and it's all air. So very powerful here, this air energy. And the devil underneath, like this person, this air energy is very beautiful, very alluring, very free. And Queen of Swords don't with this look, like with this Ace of Swords or the Ace of Swords here, that's the truth. That's that's what I mean, like the Queen of Swords. If she truly knows that she said she'd do something and she expects other people to be around, you can't be like that and be around other people that are complete opposite lackadaisy. Hey, I said I'd show up, but man, something else came up. They just people expect you to understand all the time. You might be dealing with somebody that just doesn't understand. Fire signs, I'm going to leave it there. I hope that this is helped you in obviously a complex, moment in your life where you have to decide or somebody's deciding for you. I don't know, take it again how it might apply, but um, don't forget to hit the like button. If you do get anything out of these readings at all, hit the like button. It's free. It takes a split second. Subscribing also free. Everything given here is free. Fire signs, I hope that you enjoyed your message. I hope you had a happy and safe New Year's Eve. And I will see you again for another one. Take care. Bye for now.